You see, our world is far from ideal. Everywhere we turn, we countless examples of
a logistician, performer, master planner, a practical thinker.
So if I can take my employment letter and take it to the bank, and the bank will give me credit facility to buy my home now and buy a car that can enable me to live a standard life now, then what else am I waiting? Hello, thank you very much for having me. Benga David Arulo is my name. You see, our world today is far from an ideal, and everywhere we turn, there's countless examples of suffering, and even in our nation, Nigeria today. What then dominates our heart and mind, or as a Nigerian, as vividly, expressed in our conversation, both old and young, is how are things today compared to yesteryears, as it borders majorly on the state of our economy. So, truly, economy is the nerve center of our lives. Stability, politics, and situations, of a nation is hinged on our economy. And so, therefore, as we move towards the general election, as we prepare to select or elect our leaders, that we must move beyond religious sense. We must move beyond trivialities. We must choose leaders that are capable, that demonstrate competence, that has track record of unbeatable performance. And I must say that among the lots, who are contesting today, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu and his running mate, Senator Kashim Shettima, powers are above them all. In one of the fora, the man himself did say that as a nation we have a serious revenue problem, and when you check very well, there's a correlation. There's a correlation between the economy and revenue. You see that the present administration of Muhammadu Buhari, they've had to resort to, borrowing, to fix our infrastructural debt. And so that goes to say that in choosing our next leader, we must choose someone who can generate revenue, who can adopt a creative situations, who have pioneering approach and innovative to revenue generation. And there is none other person who has demonstrated this capacity other than Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. I was reading what his former commissioner, Honorable Commissioner Wale Edu, did say about the man when he came in as governor of Lagos State in 1999. And this also was corroborated by the Honorable Commissioner during that time, Honorable Commissioner Yemi Cardozo, talking about the man's audacity and sagacity when it comes to revenue matters. Did say that Asiwaju Bola Tinubu had 4 objectives, which is the number one is to increase the IGR of the state as a then, and the IGR was about 600 million naira, increased it through a systematic approach to about 8 billion naira by the time he was leaving office. And through the laid down plan, the IGR has now grown even to about 50 billion naira on a monthly basis now. So it talks about the man's genius. Then the number 2 objectives, which was computerization and digitalization of financial operations of the government. And this in effect was what bring to bear, the Oracle system in the civil service, which enable, the payment of the salaries and what have to come in handy. And so there was enough incentives for these people to keep doing what they are doing, and we can see the results in Lagos. And the number 3, which is the privatization and introduction of private sector participation. This in effect is what has, transformed even the economy of Lagos. I'll speak to that in a moment. And the number 4 objective, which is the innovative use of financial markets. So I'll speak to that number 3, which is the privatization and introduction of the private sector participation. Through the sheer genius of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu when he initiated Lekki Free Trade Zone, in 2006. Lagos, through the special vehicle called Lekki Worldwide Investment, that has about 40% Lekki Free Trade Zone, and the consortium that has 60%. It's talking about how the man has been able to create an enabling environment which makes the people to bring in their fund to do business in Lagos. As a result of this Lekki Free Trade Zone, okay, there has been, Dangote refinery was attracted, and Dangote fertilizer, is valued to be around $2.5 billion. Dangote refinery, the investment that has gone into it is about $25 billion, and you now have Lekki Deep Sea Port. That alone is valued at about $2 billion. So when you look at this, and there are many more other manufacturing outfits who came into that axis, as a result of this Lekki Free Trade Zone. It's a sheer genius. And the man had said that, look, I'm going to recreate all of these experiences all over Nigeria, given an opportunity to become president. And I must say that the direct and indirect business revenue impact, of this Lekki Free Trade Zone, the port and the fertilizers and the refinery, alone is estimated to be around $158 billion. And that is in addition to a quantitative impact on the manufacturing, trade, and commercial services sector. All of these are made possible because of one man's initiative, because of one man's ability, to find the path, because of one man who is able to blaze the trail, And so therefore we need such a man with his knowledge, who can adopt the creative and pioneering approach to solve problems. That is who we need as president. That is who we should vote for. We should go beyond the rhetoric. We should go beyond trivialities. We should go beyond religious sentiments. And so, as a young man, I want to live in an environment where I will have opportunities, where there will be employment, where where somebody who has demonstrated capacity will be at the saddles of the affair to create prosperous opportunities for us all. So, as a young people, I beseech you, I beg of you, let's follow the man with. It will be an opportunity for us. It will impact our destiny as a people. It will take us to be a pride, to take us to the pride of place in the community of nations. And so therefore, I urge you, both Asiwaju Bola Tinubu and his running mate, Senator Kashim Shettima. Thank you.